If you're having a rough day, 2 pickle slices sitting on a perfectly fried chicken breast tucked inside a buttered bun might just turn things around. That's the original Chick-fil-A sandwich. This sandwich isn't just the signature item of the Chick-fil-A chain. It's consistently ranked among the most beloved fast food items in America. What looks like a simple chicken sandwich is actually the result of a carefully engineered and tightly controlled process. From selecting fresh chicken breasts, marinating them in a secret seasoning blend, to frying at just the right temperature. Every step is designed to achieve that golden crispy crust and juicy, tender interior. And true to their famous slogan, "We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich." While that claim is still up for debate, there's no denying that Chick-fil-A played a major role in popularizing and perfecting this sandwich for the masses. The origin of this legendary sandwich dates back to the early 1960s at a small restaurant called Dwarf House Grill in Hapeville, Georgia, just a few miles south of downtown Atlanta. The owner at the time was Truett Cathy, who would later go on to found the Chick-fil-A brand. Back then, the menu didn't even include chicken, until a local supplier showed up with a peculiar problem. They had a large surplus of chicken breasts that needed to be sold quickly. Most restaurants weren't interested, since chicken breast was notoriously tricky to cook evenly. By chance, Cathy agreed to buy the batch for his restaurant. He decided to cook the chicken using a pressure fryer, allowing him to serve customers quickly. The chicken came out tender and juicy in just 4 minutes. From the very beginning, Cathy used peanut oil for frying, but he still needed the perfect breading recipe. He experimented with multiple seasonings and coatings, asking customers to taste each version until they finally told him, "Don't change a thing. This is perfect." From that day on, the recipe has never been altered. Today, it's stored in a vault at Chick-fil-A's headquarters, sealed away like a culinary secret. Who would have thought a simple chicken sandwich could become such a delicious invention? When it came time to name his creation, Cathy brainstormed dozens of ideas before settling on one that said it all. Chick for chicken, Phil for fillet, and the capital A at the end, symbolizing grade A quality. Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich is made with just 4 ingredients, if you count the butter spread on the bun. Simplicity and consistency have been the foundation of Chick-fil-A's menu for over 50 years. Simple, consistent, and of course, all about chicken. You can see that philosophy perfectly reflected in their iconic sandwich. You don't need to be a food scientist to know that a great chicken sandwich starts with great chicken. Chick-fil-A sources its poultry from major U.S. suppliers like Tyson Foods, Pilgrim's Pride, and other trusted producers capable of meeting massive demand. Each chick begins its life at a hatchery before being moved to specialized grow-out farms. These broiler chickens are selectively bred and raised to develop lean meat quickly and efficiently. The farms are climate-controlled environments equipped with fresh bedding, automatic feeders, and a constant supply of clean water. They're also given enough space to move around, helping their legs grow strong and healthy. The birds are fed a carefully balanced grain-based diet of corn, soybeans, and protein-rich byproducts, formulated to promote rapid growth, allowing them to reach market weight in just about 6 weeks. While many major fast food chains have faced criticism over the quality of their chicken, Chick-fil-A insists that it uses only the best for its menu. According to the company's official website, they never use ground or mechanically separated chicken, and all of their poultry is cage-free, raised without added hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. In addition, Chick-fil-A specifically chooses smaller chickens, as they produce meat that's naturally more tender and juicy. The chickens raised for Chick-fil-A typically reach a final weight of about 4 to 5 pounds, which is lighter than the industry average of 6 to 7 pounds. Once they reach that weight, the birds are collected using a specialized machine known as a live harvester. The process usually takes place in the dark to keep the chickens calm. They're carefully gathered and placed into trays within transport modules. From there, they're transported to a nearby processing plant, reducing stress during travel, which helps maintain the chicken's tender texture and overall quality. When the trucks arrive at the processing plant, the transport modules are loaded onto a conveyor system that carries them inside. The receiving area is usually kept dimly lit or illuminated with blue lighting, which helps the chickens feel as if they're still in the dark, keeping them calm. Although this part of the process isn't typically seen by the public, it's carried out in a humane and respectful manner. The modules move into a carbon dioxide chamber, where a technique known as controlled atmosphere stunning or slow induction is used. This gradual process gently renders the chickens unconscious, ensuring they don't experience pain during the next steps. Once the birds are fully unconscious, workers carefully place them upside down onto metal shackles attached to an overhead conveyor. They pass by a sharp blade that severs the main neck artery, allowing the blood to drain for several minutes. Afterward, the chickens are submerged in a 154-degree Fahrenheit hot water bath to loosen the skin and make feather removal easier. The chicken meat is separated and packaged according to its specific parts. Since Chick-fil-A only uses boneless chicken breast, the entire breast section goes through a specialized processing line designed to remove the skin and bones. First, the chicken breasts pass through a roller system that peels off the skin, sending it to a byproduct channel. Special automated tools then remove the wishbone. A precision blade makes a clean cut along the breastbone, also known as the keel bone, before a rotating circular knife divides the two lobes of meat, allowing them to drop onto the conveyor belt. The fillets are then sent to a trimming station, where workers remove cartilage and any small pieces that are hard to reach. After inspection, the fillets go through a special conditioning process. They're placed into large rotating drums, where the slow tumbling motion gently causes the pieces to bump against each other. It may sound unusual, but this movement actually tenderizes the meat, keeping it juicy and flavorful. Once this relaxing tumble is complete, the fillets are sent to a sorting station. Here, each piece is placed on a grooved conveyor belt, making it easier for workers to inspect for quality. Any fillet that doesn't meet Chick-fil-A's standards is discarded. Only the best pieces move forward. Then, a fine mist of antimicrobial solution is sprayed over the meat's surface. This coating helps eliminate bacteria and ensures the chicken remains clean and safe for customers. Finally, the chicken breasts are vacuum sealed into 7-pound packs, neatly arranged in trays, and stored in cold storage facilities until they're shipped out to Chick-fil-A restaurants across the United States. A Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich just wouldn't be the same without those thin, crispy pickle slices tucked underneath the chicken. It all begins on cucumber farms grown exclusively for Chick-fil-A. The cucumbers must meet strict size standards. Only those measuring between 1 and nearly 2 inches in diameter make the cut. When they reach perfect ripeness, modern harvesting machines roll into action. At the front, sharp blades neatly cut the stems, while a roller system gently separates the cucumbers from the vines. The freshly picked cucumbers then travel along conveyors, drop into large collection bins, and are transferred to high-capacity trailers, with each harvester capable of gathering up to 27 tons per hour. At the processing plant, the cucumbers are washed with high-pressure water jets to remove soil and debris before undergoing manual inspection and size grading. The best ones are sent to the pickling area, where hundreds of massive fiberglass tanks await, each holding about 10 tons of cucumbers. In total, there are more than 800 tanks, with a combined capacity of roughly 80,000 tons. The brine is precisely mixed at a ratio of 10 parts water, 1 part salt, and 0.5 parts sugar, with no artificial flavoring added. Natural fermentation takes place over about 3 weeks during the summer, developing the perfect balance of tangy, salty flavor and that signature crisp crunch. Once fermentation is complete, an automated draining system removes the pickles from the tanks for a final quality check. They're then sliced into uniform thin rounds and packed into glass jars, ready to become the unmistakable finishing touch of the legendary Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich. Of course, no Chick-fil-A sandwich meal would be complete without the supporting star on the tray: those golden, crispy waffle fries. Let's take a look at how they're made. The process begins with truckloads of freshly harvested potatoes arriving at the processing plant. When a fully loaded truck pulls up to the gate, The entire vehicle is lifted by a massive hydraulic platform, tilting forward about 30 degrees. Thousands of potatoes cascade down onto the conveyor belt below. Before anything else, the entire batch goes through an industrial washing system. This step isn't just for cleaning. It also protects the factory's precision equipment. Even a tiny speck of dirt could scratch the blades or interfere with the peeling and cutting machines down the line. The washing system combines high-pressure water jets, heavy-duty brushes, and water turbulence to scrub each potato spotless. The system is so efficient that it can handle up to 6 million potatoes per day. Next, the clean potatoes are sent into one of 6 large-scale peeling machines, each lined with abrasive material on the inside. As the drum spins, the potatoes roll and rub against the rough surface, gently loosening their skins. At the same time, high-pressure water sprays continuously rinse away the freshly removed peels, leaving each potato perfectly clean and ready for slicing. Next, the potatoes move up the conveyor and drop into a rotating drum slicer equipped with a hidden cutting system underneath. Inside the slicer is a top-secret water knife, a high-pressure jet system that uses powerful streams of water to slice the potatoes in 2 opposite directions. This cross-cutting motion is what creates the waffle fry's signature crisscross pattern. By the time they exit the machine, the potatoes have already transformed into the famous waffle-shaped fries. From there, the fries pass through a blanching unit, where they're soaked in hot water for about 8 minutes, then cooled down with a fine mist of cold water. This blanching step gives them a light, fluffy interior and a crispy golden exterior once fried. In the final stage, the fries are partially fried at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 1 minute. This pre-fry ensures that when they reach Chick-fil-A restaurants, they only need 2 more minutes in the fryer to reach perfect crispiness. Afterward, the waffle fries are flash frozen, boxed, and shipped to Chick-fil-A locations across the United States, ready to be cooked fresh for every order. The process begins with the sandwich that made the brand famous. First, team members take the chicken fillets from the thawing cabinet. Chick-fil-A is known for making sure that every chicken sandwich has a perfectly adhered breading, one that doesn't slide off after the first bite. Each fillet is carefully inspected to ensure there are no tears or surface defects, then dipped into a milk and egg wash, with the thicker end of the breast going in first. Next, the fillet is placed into a container filled with seasoned flour, completely buried in the mixture. Then comes the most crucial step. Employees are trained to rise slightly on their toes and use their body weight to firmly press and knead the flour into the chicken. This motion is done on both sides of the fillet. It may be tiring, but it ensures the coating sticks evenly, creating Chick-fil-A's signature crispy golden crust that few can rival. Next, the breaded chicken fillets are placed into a henny penny pressure fryer, where pure peanut oil is kept at a steady 350 degrees. Before frying, each fillet is neatly arranged in metal mesh baskets, ensuring the pieces don't touch one another so they cook evenly inside and out. Once everything is in place, the basket is lowered, the lid is sealed tight, and the pressure frying process begins. The cooking time is precisely timed down to the second, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. When the timer beeps, the lid releases, and the golden brown fillets are lifted to the finishing station above, where they're drained and held, ready to be tucked into a freshly buttered bun to create the iconic Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich. In the food preparation area, both halves of the bun pass through Chick-fil-A's custom butter roller, which coats them in a thin layer of golden butter before they're lightly toasted. This step not only warms and softens the bread, but also gives it that signature caramelized butter aroma you can recognize the moment you open the bag. Next, 2 crisp pickle slices are neatly placed on the bottom bun. Immediately after, the freshly pressure-fried chicken fillet is set on top, followed by the warm top bun to complete the sandwich. Finally, the sandwich is placed inside a paper pouch lined with aluminum, designed to keep the chicken hot while preserving the bun's soft, fluffy texture. The finishing touch that makes every Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich taste just right. And of course, we can't forget everyone's favorite side, Chick-fil-A's iconic waffle fries. A bag of frozen fries is poured into the fryer basket and lowered into canola oil heated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. In just 2 minutes, the fries come out piping hot and perfectly crispy. Chick-fil-A cooks waffle fries fresh throughout the day, ensuring every order is served hot, golden, and crunchy. Waffle fries are most often enjoyed with the legendary Chick-fil-A sauce, the brand's signature blend of smoky, tangy, and sweet flavors. But plenty of fans also love to dip them in Polynesian sauce, zesty buffalo sauce, or garden herb ranch. So, what about you? Which sauce do you reach for first? Let us know in the comments below. Chick-fil-A is the largest buyer of sun-kissed lemons in the world. Every year, they serve over 100 million cups of fresh lemonade, which requires around 250 million lemons, all squeezed fresh daily in each restaurant. Now let's step into the lemonade prep area. The recipe is simple. Just 3 ingredients: fresh lemons, water, and sugar. There's also a diet lemonade version, where the only difference is that Splenda replaces the sugar. The process begins by preparing the fresh lemon juice, measured precisely in a 12-quart container. The team member fills it up to the 2-quart mark with lemon juice, then adds the exact amount of refined white sugar. The mixture is stirred thoroughly with a large wooden spoon to ensure the sugar fully dissolves, leaving no residue at the bottom. Next, water is added up to the 11-quart line, and a label is attached showing the date, time, and the person who made it, along with the tag lemonade. For diet lemonade, the steps are identical. The only difference is using Splenda instead of sugar. 2 parts of lemon juice are mixed with Splenda until fully dissolved. Then water is added up to the 10-quart line before sealing and labeling it diet lemonade. Finally, both versions are stirred one more time before being served, ensuring that every cup of Chick-fil-A lemonade tastes bright, balanced, and freshly made. Now let's step out of the kitchen for a moment and head outside. This is the drive-thru area where up to 60% of all daily orders are fulfilled. With long lines of cars during peak hours, their goal is clear: serve every customer in under 3 minutes. And most of the time, they actually achieve it. As you can see, the drive-thru setup features 2 lanes, a main lane and an auxiliary one, effectively doubling throughput. But the real highlight is the special conveyor system behind the scenes, a kind of food highway. Once an order is completed inside the kitchen, the hot food bag is placed onto the automated conveyor, sliding through an enclosed tube and reaching the secondary drive-thru lane in just a few seconds. And there it is. The bag glides down, still warm and fresh, ready to be handed to the next customer in line. A process that's fast, precise, and perfectly seamless. And that's the whole story. 3 classics that come together perfectly. Chick-fil-A has proven that with a simple menu and genuine hospitality, it's possible to achieve incredible success in the fast food industry. Thanks for watching Food Tech Today. We'll see you in the next episode.